it niche or not niche? That is the question. What's going on, guys? I'm Joshua as always, and this is our channel, Scentsense. To all you in the Scentsense crew, guys, thank you so much for subscribing and sticking around. And to all you new people who are perusing the channel and deciding if you want to join the group, guys, I'm not like LeBron. I won't leave you hanging. Today we'll be talking about a touchy subject when it comes to the fragrance community. We'll be talking about what is niche and what's not niche. There's a big misconception in the fragrance world when it comes to fragrance community people. Not necessarily what the industry deems as niche. When it comes to people in the community, anything from an exclusive or private line and those fragrances that are also deemed niche or indie are looked at and viewed as niche fragrances. Niche fragrances are made by fragrance or perfume houses that only make fragrances. They may possibly make them in small batches, making them very, very limited and making the price and the demand high. Qualities of the oils are usually superior also. But for all you people out there who don't know jack about fragrances, and to the people who do know a little bit and the people who know a lot, I'm gonna give you what I think is niche and you can take that and run with it. And if you follow these steps and you know these guidelines, I'm pretty sure there's like a 90-95% chance that the bottle you're holding in your hand, once you answer these questions, will let you know if it's niche or not niche. The number one criteria if something is niche in my book is, do they make anything else? The reason why designer fragrances are called designers is because fashion houses that are designing clothing, aka designers, Versace, Tom Ford, Yves Saint Laurent, their primary focus is fashion, but they also make fragrances. Making those fragrances, you guessed it, designer fragrances. Look at you. You also have a little bit cheaper fragrances known as celebrity fragrances. Pretty sure, as long as you know how to do basic math and connect dots, color inside the lines, you can figure out if you smack a famous person's name on a fragrance, that makes it a celebrity fragrance. Kind of like fragrances from J-Lo, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, Michael Jordan. All these fragrances are usually made with cheaper ingredients and they're mass marketed, usually to sucker people into buying it, mainly because, well, their favorite celebrity must wear it because their name's on it. Sometimes when it comes to designers and celebrity fragrances, you will find gems that smell so good that sometimes they even smell better than niche fragrances or niche counterparts that they're intended to smell like. But wrapping up the very first criteria in my book, they have to make only fragrances. Number two, usually the quality of the oils that are put into the fragrance are of the utmost quality. Although a cult classic like Nautica Voyage smells fantastic to most, the quality of the oils used to make that fragrance pale in comparison to something from Nasomatto. Niche houses usually gather and find fragrance oils that are usually natural, more pleasing to the skin, and they're just usually all around better. So for the number two fact of why I call a fragrance niche, the oils are usually better and the ingredients are usually better than what you would find in their designer or celebrity scent counterparts. Number three thing is, if you can find a fragrance in Walmart or Walgreens or CVS, it's probably not niche. Niche fragrances are not readily available. Usually when it comes to niche fragrances, you will find them at boutiques or very high-end department stores such as Barney's or Saks Fifth Avenue and Nordstrom's. If you don't live in a very, very big hub town like Houston or Dallas or Los Angeles or New York, you're probably struggling to find those stores and you're probably left with Macy's, Dillard's, Sears, if Sears still exists. And the fragrances they sell there, you guessed it, are usually designers. With price comes exclusivity. Niche fragrances are supposed to feel exclusive, which is why you pay the price you pay for them, and they're supposed to be a small part of the market, aka the niche of the market. So the third thing, it's probably hard to find them, and if it is hard to find them, that makes them niche. Side note guys, I know you can find a lot of this on the gray market online. A lot of people can't, and that's not usually readily available. I'm talking about you can drive down the road and grab it. Usually, niche is hard to grab. The last thing that will point you in the way of a niche fragrance is usually the price tag. Fragrances from such houses as Creed, Joshthibs, and Xerjoff usually carry a very high MSRP price tag. Even though the average frag head usually buys their niche fragrances online from the gray market and discounters, doesn't really prove a point. They're still very highly priced, and they're usually very much more priced than a designer fragrance, because those designer fragrances are also cheaper than their normal MSRP prices. So one of the last points I'm gonna make, when it comes to niche fragrances, they're usually expensive. So one more fun fact for you guys, a little FF. When it comes to the community, when it comes to people who gather and collect fragrances for people who don't and just have a few and are checking the channel out, you have what's called exclusive lines or indie houses. Because of the quality, the price, and the exclusivity, these fragrances are often regarded as basically niche. So houses like Tom Ford, which have an exclusive line that make fragrances like Tuscan Leather, Tobacco Vanille, and Oud Wood, are usually regarded as niche, even though they're made by a designer house. These fragrances fit the majority of the criteria, but they're made by a designer house, so technically, they're not niche. And on the other hand, there's fragrances that come from houses that would be niche houses that are actually very price affordable. Kind of like Guerlain, Molinard, and Etat Libre d'Orange. Frag fam, instead of arguing amongst yourself, trying to decide what niche is, can we just agree that the points I made, even though they're slightly broad, they tend to encapsulate exactly what a niche fragrance is. So all you people who are just getting into niche fragrances, or maybe you're completely new to it, guys, if you want to know more about it, go ahead and leave a comment in the section below, ask any questions, ask away. I'm sure myself or one of my fellow frag heads will be happy to help you out. And to all you in frag fam, fellas, just let it go. Let it go, let it go. Okay, enough rambling. Guys, that does it for me. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you don't, I understand. Like I said previously, if you have any questions or you want to describe what you think is niche, leave a comment in the section below. If you want to jump on the bandwagon, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, guys. And if you want to take it a step further, go ahead and ring that notification bell, because YouTube's broken. And sometimes you won't find out about my videos because it's retarded. And if you click that notification bell when my videos come out, you'll be the first to know. As always, La Familia, I love you. Peace!